Coach Bria, if you could give us your thoughts on the game today.
Yeah, it was a tale of two halves for us. I mean, the first half we played pretty well. I felt like probably the last couple minutes of the half, the momentum started to shift a little bit. And then I thought in the second half, I mean, they came out with momentum and basically they hit shots and we didn't hit shots. You got to hit some shots. We had good ones. We didn't make them. And they made them. So, I thought that was the difference in the game. I think the rebounding and all the other stuff's about the same. But that's the biggest difference in the game.
Questions?
Was there maybe a turning point early? You guys were up 9-0, and Amber was doing so well at the beginning, and she got her second foul.
It hurts when we don't have her in the game. Yes, I will tell you that, because it changes what we have to do offensively, and it changes it dramatically. So it does hurt when she's not in the game. Plus she was doing very well defensively for us and guarding the basket. So when she came out of the game, they kind of got on their run.
Shayma, how much was it their defense and how much was it your offense not shooting well or not clicking that led to your low point total as a team?
I think, we got some great shots. We just didn't hit them down. They can play defense. Obviously, they take a lot of charges, so that kind of affected us. But we had shots, we didn't hit them. We had layups, we didn't hit them. We had free throws, we didn't hit them. So we got to knock those shots in, especially, in close games and when we're behind.
Knowing the history between you guys in the past couple of years, I mean, is it tougher to lose to FGCU than it is to, a Northern Kentucky or something like that?
I mean, I hate losing, period. So it sucks to lose to anybody. It doesn't matter if it's freaking Skippo. I mean, I hate losing, period. So.
Don't you agree? I saw you shaking your head.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. It's like this doesn't count as 3 or 4 losses, or it counts as 1. It wouldn't count as 3 or 4 wins if we would have won. It counts as 1, and they all matter. I mean, when you're trying to play for a seed in home court, I mean, probably matters more in regard to that, but I mean, wins help because then you're hosting, so it matters in that regard. But we can't lose. I mean, you can't lose to anybody because you're going to be traveling. So I don't think it's when we lost to Northern Kentucky, we were just as upset. I will say that to you.
3 for 26 3-pointers. Usually don't shoot that many 3-pointers. Is it because you guys were?
Well, they were open. I mean, they were. We don't typically do that. They really, I thought, they tried to really guard the paint more. Because I thought the last time we played them, we got more in the paint. And I thought they kind of guarded and stayed in the paint more. So we were open for shots. We got to hit them though, or at least hit some of them. And I think that would open it up for us. But we'll take what they give us in regards to. We did try to get the ball in the paint. We tried to get it in there, either driving it or kicking it in to Amber. They did a pretty good job. I thought doubling her at times, and where she had to kick it out. I think at that point right there, you got to make them.
What made the defense so effective in the first 7-8 minutes? We're up 9-0.
Well, I think too. When we have to. We've just got to do a better job. When we substitute, we've got to stick with the game plan. I think our starters do a great job, and they get us off to a great start. And I think when we substitute, those people have to come in and be ready to play. And I've seen this in quite a few games where we substitute and defense kind of, we just don't stick to what we were doing. So I didn't think our defense was horrendous against them, and they average 75 points a game. I mean, they got 61. The last time we played them, they got 57. The defense wasn't bad. We've got to score. I think you've got to find ways. I've always said that when you play them, and certainly everybody talks about their offense and you have to prepare, but you have to find a way to score against them. I mean, their defense is very good as well. So, I didn't think our defense was bad. I just felt like we didn't put the ball in the basket. We've got to score more than 39 points if we're going to beat anybody.
There's a good chance they'll be ranked in the top 25 coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You think they're a top 25 team at FGCU?
It's hard to say. Hard to say. A lot of teams out there.
Any other questions?
Jennifer, what do you guys gotta do to put this behind you?
We just gotta take it and move on. We got a quick turnaround. We play again on Thursday, so you can't hang your heads too much on one loss because the season still goes on. There's still games to win. There's still games to play. So we just gotta get back up and keep going with what we know how to do.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.